All right, we are sorting bales. Now we got the bales here, so now we got to wrap it. Got the pile started, and the problem with the wrapper is the arm that lifts the bale up. That arm sticks past the bale a foot or two into the next bale. Well, the hay trailer has them stacked tight face to face. So when I try to pick one up, it wants to pick up the next one as well, and then it tips the wrapper itself up, and you try and back up, and you can kind of sort them out, but then you start to tear up the other bale, and it just becomes not very efficient. You start to spend a little too much time on each bale. And I've been yelled at my whole life when doing road construction about time. Hurry the F up. That is the motto on road crews. Waiting on you. So I just take a few minutes and sort this row out, and then I can just zip down this row with the wrapper, back up, zip down the next row with the wrapper, and then go pick all these up and stack them. And maybe the wife, I'm not sure what her plans are, but she might come and start stacking. I don't know. She's checking on the cows right now, and then we got Father's Day lunch here in a few minutes. So I'm just trying to get something done before we go celebrate Dad. And also I found out that the wrapper is not meant for a 6-foot bale. So it physically works good on the wrapper, but the count is off. So I had to tell it that I wanted more layers so that bigger diameter bale can get covered good. Yeah. I'll tell you what, I don't know what I would do without speed steer. For those of you that haven't seen that before, speed steer is, if you watch the front tires, is I can do one turn from lock to center. So most of the time when I'm going back, I'm just doing a half a turn back and forth, instead of cranking the wheel back and forth. And we do have a dumpster showing up for our plastic pile sometime this week, I believe. So we talked to the place, wanted to get one this winter. It just couldn't work out, so they can get one coming here. We'll share it with my uncle behind me, because he's had the snow took a garage down this winter, so we're gonna share it with him so he can clean up his garage. And then the company said that this winter they'll probably be able to work with us better this winter, now that life is starting to settle back down and COVID craziness is over and all that jazz. Do you think I could pick the 4020 up? That'd be kind of funny. Just grab the hood, come from the other direction, just grab the hood and crush it. There. There. Poof. We are so dry. The rain can't even hit the ground. I'm not being funny. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. It's trying to rain. It actually even shows up on radar that rain is above us. But you'll literally get, you get a couple drops on the hood. I mean, it is so dry. I'm thankful that we have the clay in our soil down below that we do have. Our soil has I don't know. There's a lot of land around us. There's a lot of guys around us that if they don't get rain, a significant rain in the next week, there might not be a crop to recover. It's getting downright nasty out there, and trees, some of the big cottonwoods have already started dropping leaves. I don't know what that means, but to me, it seems like that tree is under some dryness. It's unbelievably dry.
That works pretty good, but the larger diameter, picture the speed that larger diameter moves, so the wrap overlap is off just a little bit, if that makes any sense. But it still does a nice job. They make a remote control kit for this. I would be tempted to look into, because then I could just have the tractor parked here and I could be taking the massey, drop a bale on, hit go, pick the last bale up, run it to the pile and do that. And then you don't need a second person sitting on the tractor here. Someday.
Can't make hay in a drought. Can't make dry hay in a drought. So these bales, they're a little tough. So I ran a little bit larger soft core, which makes the bales kind of squishy. The net wrap or the wrapper can only do 5x6 or 4x5s, and these are 4x6s. So that arm was having a really hard time picking them up. I was kind of making a mess, like that bale there. I ended up making a mess out of them, and so we're just going to load and just do one at a time like this. It really doesn't make it a whole lot slower, because by the time it's slower while I'm holding the camera, but by the time she dumps and is ready for another bale, I'm driving up with the next bale. Then I just fly backwards. Once we get this row cleaned up, then we'll see if we can't sneak the 40-20 a little closer up here or change its position a little bit. But yeah, it's going really fast. Oh, it's trying to rain. We're gonna quit there. It's not enough yet to even remotely be an actual grain saving rain, but it's enough moisture sitting on the bales that I don't want it getting wrapped up, that moisture getting wrapped into the hay. And so we're just gonna call it a day. And it's Sunday. It's getting a little late in the evening anyhow, and yeah, but otherwise things were going really well. We were doing about a bale a minute. For me to grab a bale, set it on the wrapper, grab the bale from the wrapper, and set it on the pile with just over a minute a bale, which, hey, we're flying through that stack. So in a couple hours tomorrow morning, we'll have all the rest of the hay wrapped that's here in the lot. And kit full power. As you wish, Michael. Activate tractor beam. I hope she realizes if she slams on the brakes, she's literally dead, because I would have no chance. How horrible would that be in the next video? I'm all crying. My wife is gone. She thought she was funny and brake checked me. But I do know that she's gonna turn up here at the combine. So I will let her take that, and now the race is on to get to the yard. Sucker. Yeah. I hope this keeps building on top of itself, and we end up with like 3 inches overnight tonight. That would be fantastic. and I hope everybody else makes a phenomenal amount of rain out of this, but it doesn't look like it. It's supposed to be over fairly quickly, but whatever. You take every drop you can when you're at this point, and yeah, so all right guys, we'll see you next time. There we go. First cutting is in the hay yard, and the wife did a really nice job of stacking up the dry hay that we didn't wrap. The alfalfa, you guys know alfalfa and clover, them bales, they don't have to be wrapped. We'd like to get them wrapped, but between time and frustration and the 6-foot bales just weren't working on the wrapper very well. But the horse hay, that grass hay, you almost have to wrap that stuff because you get so much just melting and yield loss with that grass sitting in the sun and the rain. So yeah, that looks pretty darn nice.